Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6, where we're playing Amanator, and we got a very weird start. Now, it was weird and good, because we got the Delicate Arts, we managed to get a religion, we did get sniped on Feed the World, but we do have work ethic, which in of itself is pretty damn good. It's going to give us a really strong production line. I mean, if we look at this city, we've got 16 production in our capital. That is pretty damn good. Actually, speaking of my capital, I am going to grab myself a missionary here, because we are in the Exodus of the Evangelists normal age. So every city that we can convert is worth 2 era score. I also really want to try to hit a golden age, because a golden age timing with feudalism where we could fate spam out builders would be really sick. So I think that's the timing that we're going to try to hit. We may or may not hit it, we'll see. We'll do our best. Let's go ahead and convert Napata, boom. So immediately Feed the Crusade is established here. That's worth 2 era score. Another unmet city-state has been defeated. An unknown player has recruited a great scientist. Let's get this pasture up. Excellent. That's going to be another +1 production for the city of Nuri, really helping it out. And we will bring this missionary down to Ayutthaya, because it'd be great if we could get that city converted as well. Hanging Gardens has been completed. There's +2 era score from the galley. I did see a barb galley to the south here, and so I'm kind of tempted to... Oh, that's my medication alarm, because I have a chest infection, so I gotta take some antibiotics. I'll take those after the episode. I build ourselves a little galley here. Faith convert Ayutthaya. That's another +2 era score. I'm gonna pull my galley back to heal. We got a settler in Moreau. I'm tempted to send it on the long walk over here to the east, because of the fact that this is a luxury location. I think that actually ends up being really worth it. Let's make sure we work the horses. We're gonna build another settler. We need to get a lot of settlers out. It would have been nice to chop these out with Magnus, but yeah, I mean, it probably would have made a lot more sense to chop these out with Magnus. It's fine. It's fine. The fact that we had to go double galley in Nuri kind of messed us up, because we would have liked to have been recruiting a settler in here as well. I mean, it's not bad production by any stretch of the imagination. It's not great. Good, not great. Not good, not great. That's a lot of Runkin. +1 era score from the first civic of this. There's political philosophy. I don't think oligarchy does a whole lot for us this game. Autocracy is decent, but I reckon this is a classical republic game. Getting the +1 housing and +1 amenity is really strong. In our capital city, it's going to be +2 era score as well. We are going to take urban planning for the +1 production. I'm going to take charismatic leader so that we get our extra influence points towards earning city-state envoys. And discipline would be nice for fighting barbarians, because we are fighting barb galleys. So in terms of our next civic, it's gonna be drama and poetry into theology. The doubling the holy site adjacency bonuses is gonna be really good for our holy site work ethic situation. It would also lead to potential Mahabodhi temple, which we would really like to do. If we could pull it off, it would be fantastic. Apadana has already been built by another player. We've only just unlocked Apadana. It kind of puts that into perspective. So now this galley fight should be trivial for us, because we have the +5 combat advantage, and they've taken a little bit of damage. Beautiful. I have a hot take about how combat bonuses from taking damage should work. Combat bonuses from taking damage should only affect you when you're on the offense. It should not affect you when you're defending. There's like so many situations in history where like a unit had like, you know, started out with 100 dudes and they've only got 10 dudes left and they held off 100 dudes. You know what I mean? Like, I think that but like, you would never attack 100 dudes with 10 dudes unless you get like a serious tech advantage. You know what I mean? Now we're going to spread our religion here. Nuri, beautiful, +2 era score. We are going to be able to get celestial navigation up. We can potentially start placing / building our harbors. +1 era score for getting celestial navigation as well. We're already up to 33 out of 36 era score. In terms of science, we would love to get our diplomatic quarter up. And being able to embark with shipbuilding would be super useful for getting exploration as well. Exploration, one thing that I tend to find is that a lot of new and weaker players really undervalue the power of exploring the map. There is so much, and it's not just goody hoods, just meeting other players, meeting city-states. I've seen so many disaster games that could be saved by just exploring. So I think being able to embark my scouts here has a lot of potential value. It doesn't actually do much for me though. I wouldn't mind getting granaries and watermills up. We do have a fairly low food land due to plains, so I think I am going to switch back for pottery. Granaries are going to represent a significant advance in my civilization's ability to grow population. Another city-state has been defeated. Man, the Machu Picchu is gone. That's interesting. Machu Picchu is on the bottom. It's all the way over here at engineering. Machu Picchu is one of those wonders that the AI just like... I don't think I've ever seen a game, or I think I've ever got it. I don't know, I can't... off the top of my head, I can't think of one. So if I settle here... Do I want to settle on the honey or to the right of the honey? On the honey, to the right of the honey. On the honey, to the right of the honey. On the honey, to the right of the honey. Well, On the honey gets me the honey immediately. To the right of the honey gets me a Plains Hill. On the honey could, in theory, get me a slightly better holy site if I put my harbor here. But then, am I trading a harbor? I would have to place like something here. I think getting the holy site up earlier, this is like slightly better, like a smidge better. Both of these cities miss those crabs in the center, so we will want to settle for the crabs. For the crabs! So I reckon we settle there. Okay. Settler completed in Moreau. Let's go south. We need 2 more settlers. And I'm going to send this one over here. Ooh, I saw some Catholicism in the fog of war. I can smell the Pope. My Pope vision is strong. So Napatha got its monument. We do have a couple of tiles that we would like to upgrade, but man, like, you got to just go for your holy sites early. Especially when you're rocking work ethic. That's just a no-brainer, man. Okay, there's the granary. We can also harvest bonus resources. It's good. It would be nice to also get the watermills. We do have a couple of river cities this game. This city's going to badly want that watermill. Watermill in Moreau. Otherwise, not a lot of watermillage. 2 watermills, still pretty good. It's +1 food, +1 production. It adds up. It really, really, really adds up. There is some good land here that we could get control of. Our Ma, not your Ma, our Ma. They want to be religiously converted. Ayutthaya wants a potato archer. We could do a potato archer. I may just unlock that. That is actually worth era score through the upgrade. So option 1, we settle here and we get 2 + 3 districts. Option 2, we settle on the hill. We get +1 production on the capital. Well, the big advantage of, there's also like a decent campus right there because of the reef and stuff. And then we could even make it a +4 if we really wanted to lean into the science. It's a question of, do we want to lean into the faith and the work ethic, or do we want to lean into the science and the harbor? Because we could settle on this hill, okay? We settle on the hill. We get a +1 production city center. We get the same crappy holy site, but +2. We get an insane +4 campus across the way. A decent +3 harbor. So, like, this actually looks better to mine eyes. So I may settle this way. This might be the way. 1 tile to the right. I think this feels like the right play. And I may settle this here. Because that's is that a desert? Oh, it's plains. It looks like a desert in the fog of war. It's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Because this leaves more room for a potential amber city down there to the southeast. We need more luxury so badly. Yeah, I think I prefer this setup, even though it's kind of weirder and more sparse. Right, there's Patch Cutie. It's an honor to meet you. Would love to sample your hospitality. Now, always remember, the first turn that you meet a civilization, if you're playing on normal speed, you can always send a delegation and they will expect it. If you're playing on anything other than standard speed, they will refuse it. You can also do mutual open borders. They'll often ask you for a little bit of gold. That's fine. Open borders is a great way to improve your relationship with a player because open borders and sending him a delegation both improve it. So now we've got a neutral impression. And we don't want this guy to be our enemy. Declaring a friendship. Okay, he won't do a friendship. Let's have a look at our quick deals mod. See if we can maybe sell off stuff. He's willing to buy our horses for 8 gold per turn. We can get 160 gold or 8 gold per turn. I will take 17 gold and 7 gold per turn. He's also willing to buy our diplomatic favor. We have no real use for diplo favor, so we'll sell that. He has no luxuries to offer us. That's absolutely fine. So we're up to 20 gold per turn, which is huge. We got our holy site in Nuri, so we are now getting a big production boost. I'm going to place this harbor down to lock in its price at 107 production. We're not necessarily going to build it immediately. We do want to build it. The city is going to be hitting a growth cap soon, so it could be worth it to consider getting ourselves a granary up. We may also want to consider getting a 3rd galley, because there's an exploration direction here to the left that might be worth looking at. So we may just plug in this 3rd galley, although we don't have the galley building card plugged in anymore. 11 terms for a settler. That'll increase once the capital has finished that settler. I might use Nuri to build a settler to take some of the pressure off the capital to build all the settlers. We do have an envoy. I think I'm going to spend that envoy next turn on Armagh. It would be nice to make friends with Armagh. Finding a religious city-state is really handy. I do know offhand that Armagh's unique ability is dog. It's dog water. Monasteries? Askers? Who asked for monasteries, bro? So there's drama and poetry. That's going to allow us to take out charismatic leader and instead switch in diplomatic league. We could put in discipline. No, or rather, we could swap in boat pantheon, or both boat card, but we're not gonna. Now I'm gonna give Armagh a envoy, so that'll get us 2 immediately. We could look to secure suzerainty with another envoy. We are going to get an envoy from theology, so that's actually really good. So I think that suits us. Let's settle this city right here. El Karu. I'm going to buy a builder here so that we can quick chop this holy site out and get this camp up. In the meantime, I'll put a couple of turns into a monument while we get that builder into position. Settle this city in Sadanga. Loving Sadanga's positioning. Holy site is something we need to consider. I think I need to save up money to be able to afford the tiles that I want, because I would like to put the holy site here. This is a +4 holy site, even if it is next to a volcano. It's not the end of the world. I don't think it's worth it to kill Ayutthaya, even if we're not going culture this game. The fact that we're suzerain of them gets us culture from building buildings. There's the Patati Archer. We do want to build/upgrade one of those. Edamananki has gone. I don't think we were really ever planning on building that. Let's grab the wheel, grab this luxury. That's going to really help out because now a bunch of our cities are no longer negative on amenities. Okay, we did find another person's borders. This looks like Maya? Not Maya. Maya? Maybe the Mayans. Armagh has been defeated. Well, that's awesome. I just spent an envoy on them. Yeah, Lady Six Guy. I love the design of Lady Six Guy. God damn. Look at this. Bro. This character design goes so hard. We need to kill this quadrireme because he's being annoying. Oh, why would you stand there? Please, Ayutthaya. I wish I could tell. I'm like suzerain of him. Why can't I tell him to get the hell off that tile? You know what I mean? Give me that power. Jesus. This is like AI passive-aggressive PvP. PvP, I don't know, PvE? Boom. So we'll do a little trick there. Kill this guy. Boom. That's a level up. That's beautiful. You're exploring this way. I'm so sad about Armagh dying. I thought they had been hit by a natural disaster. I didn't realize they were being invaded. So we definitely want scripture. So I'm going to drop discipline. I'm going to plug in scripture because it's so much faith in production. We will want to consider getting ourselves one more missionary to make sure that our cities are converted like ASAP. We definitely want to get the Mahabodhi temple up. So the second this settler is done, we're going to be working on that. Then we just want to rush straight to feudalism. The question of, do we want to stop off at recorded history to do some chopping? Because that would get us no, I think we just go straight for feudalism. I'm going to hold on to that envoy. I'm sad. I do not want to chop the monument. I actually want to chop the holy site here. So we're going to do a sneaky pre-chop. We're going to chop with an empty construction queue. So this holy site takes 26 turns. Boom, we inject 45 production in there, and now it's only going to take 17 turns to build that holy site. By the time that's finished, that'll get us extra production, and we'll snowball our economy due to work ethic. Let's promote you with Embelon. Embelon is just objectively better, in my opinion. It lets you just have naval domination with a galley or two. There's the watermill, the heavy chariot. The watermill is useful in a couple cities. So we definitely want to get our Diplo quarter. We want to get apprenticeship for mines. We're not quite building tile improvements just yet. It wouldn't be bad to get plantations. I think we'll get shipbuilding because there is some potential exploring here we could get value from. Go get you settled in there. You'll take 4 turns. Okay, excellent. Bring the missionary up to assist. And we'll get the builder on that fish as well. Catastrophic eruption. I forgot to get open borders with Lady Six Guy. Like, even I forget, man. It's been years. It's been a year since I played. Oh, man, the era is ending so quickly. We're not going to be able to secure... I don't know if we're going to be able to secure a Golden Age. Ending in 10 turns. That's so fast. This is the danger of playing on deity, man. Your ages end so quickly. It's mental. Armagh did flip independent, but it's not going to turn into a city-state again. We could make friends with a cat. We still do have the double envoy card plugged in, so it is worth a little bit of production. The cat's not bad. You do melee and anti-cavalry attacks, do full damage to city walls. Like, it's not terrible in terms of bonuses. If you are... Oh, Yerevan. Oh, Yerevan would have been so much better. This is why you hold on to your envoys. I blew my envoy load too soon. I feel like, I'm on like a weird little island off the coast of the rest of the world. I feel like I'm the Great Britain or Japan of this game. You know what I mean? I'm going to start developing a weird culture that enjoys seafood just a little bit too much, as is the island way. Okay, there's +1 era score. Convert the city. Damn, are we... I don't know if we're going to be able to get that. The era just ended way too quickly. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good... holy site here. We could get a +2 if we plonked it right there adjacent to the capital. But we can't swap that tile. This would have been the best, but we can't take it. So we may just skip the holy site in this city. And we'll just go straight monument. Faster we get to serfdom, the better. Remember, say it with me. Serfdom is everything. We must oppress the worker. Okay, we met Catherine. We met a couple of people, actually. So we could definitely do some delegations, right? Catherine, we'll send you a delegation. Plus... we'll send Tamar a delegation. Oh, Tamar is my orthodoxy foe, isn't she? She founded it. Hold on. Fucking Georgia. Of course they did. I am going on a crusade against Georgia. Which century is this? Okay. We need to get our temple and our shrine up in here pretty much ASAP. Is there anything I could sell? Any horse enjoyers want to give me like a bunch of money? Is that enough for the shrine? It is enough for the shrine. So that would save us 5 turns. If we buy the shrine in here, what else can we sell? Open borders. Nobody really values open borders. Oh, I think they're just trading open borders back. 180 gold. I could sell a luxury. Can I buy a luxury? I can buy some luxuries. 64 gold for 2 luxuries. So if I'm buying luxuries on the mad cheap, I can sell luxuries on the big expense. Okay. So we just did some luxury laundering there. Now, we could build a temple in 8 turns. We could have the gold to buy a temple in less turns than that. Let me think about this. Is there anything I can do to get more gold in that time from trading? I can get 13.5 gold to 1 from this guy. Is that better or worse? I need some gold right now. Let's see. 480, we're making 27. We could sell some more Diplo favor. Why don't you put a turn into... I reckon we could buy the temple in these few turns. So go ahead and build me a granary and we will get the temple through gold. Napata has its holy site, which is excellent. Doesn't really need anything else. We're going to go straight for the granary. We don't actually need the faith income. That's the interesting thing about this. We would like to trade with Moreau again. Continuing to explore. Getting attacked by these Saka horse archers. Because of course we are. The foreign city gained independence. Temple of Artemis has been built. 19 gold. Come on. 18 gold. We're very close to getting this. There's a 14.5 to 1. I just need like a little bit more. I think that's going to let us buy the temple. Boom. There's games and recreation, because you do get culture from that. I mean, it would have been... this actually could have been a great Colosseum game if I had thought about it. I'm not set up to do it. It's very hard to do a Colosseum if you're not set up to do it. If I could put a Colosseum right, it's so hard to hit them all. I could hit most of my empire here with a Colosseum, but yeah. So it's not worth it, I don't think. I don't think we'll be able to pull off a Colosseum, so I'm not even going to attempt it. This is like a game sense thing. Oh, yes. Okay, we're going to settle the city. We're going to immediately convert it. We need to find 8 era score. I also need to get enough gold to buy this toss. So I need 120 gold. I have... Okay, come on. We gotta keep selling stuff. 10 gold right there. 18 right there. All right, we got enough gold by trading with the AI. Buy that tile, cancel the granary, get the Mahabodhi temple. It's 24 turns, but it's big if we can get it. In Shat, you gotta go straight for the monument. The culture is just king. Monuments, like, I sometimes I see those disaster files you guys send me, and you guys haven't built your monuments. And I'm like, bro, do you even watch my videos? How do you not build your monument? It's like the most important building in the entire game. I'm always shocked when I get a save file with no monuments. God, we're so close to a victory. Oh, that's huge to find that. +1 +2. We're like 3 era score away. What could we do? What could we do? Okay, maybe we can find something. We could levy 310 gold for a levy. God damn. 310 gold for a levy. That would be a tall order with the resources we have on hand right now. I can't afford to faith purchase anyone. That would have been sick. God, if I could hit this golden age, we would hit the gritty on this economy, bro. We would be slapping. Because we would hit that monumentality golden age. We would be able to just pump out builders with with the serfdom build charges. Like, this shit would just go so ham. It would go more ham than John Hamm in that one meme video that's going around Instagram where he's like closing his eyes to some music because he's high on drugs or whatever. Don't demonetize me! I'm only referencing a meme! I'm not saying do drugs. Don't do those. No, unless you want to have a good time. No, stop. +2 for converting. +1 for iron. I think I just gotta pray that I find more players. If I find 2 more players, I get it. If I don't find 2 more players, I don't. Oh, potato archer. Of course, I'm an idiot. All I have to do is do a potato archer and convert this city. We're good. We're good. I can't believe I've... Look at you guys in the chat. Doubting. Who doubted me? Raise your hand if you were doubting. Come on, be honest. Were you in there doubting? Wait, why did I get another settler? Oh, yeah, for down here. Right. Go to Nuri. I forgot that I was getting that settler. Big mistake. Okay, so we definitely want to get the granary and the watermill so we can grow Moreau faster. We would like the temple, but it's not necessary. So we're going to granary watermill. Although probably should do watermill first because it does have production on it. Samarkand. Oh, Fountain of Youth. Here we go. Oh, perfect. Right, give me. I just need the barest smidge of gold. Upgrade the potato archer. Boom. Golden Age secured. This is how you know it's been a while. This is how you know it's been a while. Ooh, we should train a horseman actually. Like when I'm forgetting basic stuff like that, that's painful, dude. All right, so we feed the crusade. We're all good. We got our granary in Napata. Now, in theory, now would be a good time to start building builders. But we're about to hit a fat monumentality golden age. Or not a monumentality, the religion one? I don't remember. Anyway, look, we're going to go shrine. It's been so long since I played. I have like the muscle memory, but the words don't link. Does that make sense? It's like I don't know what the strategies are called these days, but like I remember how to fight. I'm like an old boxer in the ring right now. Like I remember how to move. It's just my body doesn't do it the way that I remember. Okay, so world enters into the medieval era. We got our fat golden age. That's the Pogger. So it was, yeah, it's monumentality. May purchase civilian units with fate. Builders and settlers are cheaper to purchase. Boom, perfect. All right, let's do it. Monumentality. So we want to hit the serfdom as soon as possible. We would like to build a horseman to be able to get a point in a CAD. It's not like super high priority, but it's also not a mega low priority. Plus, I think training a horseman is like, I don't know, it does something in here. I can use it to explore. So we may as well get that option open. We got our holy site in El Carew. Let's get the monument. We want that culture. Culture is key. Culture is key for Aquino. We're working on the Mahabodhi Temple. Great Lighthouse is gone. We were never getting it. Monument is completed in Sadainga. Oh, this volcano is now active. How annoying. I can't afford that tile. I would have to sell some stuff. We'll just chill for a turn. Build me a granary so you can continue to grow. Why don't you work those 2 iron tiles because they're worth a little bit more production. No point in growing food when you're 1 pop away from your housing limit. You get a huge penalty to your food. Always imagine your housing limit is actually whatever your housing limit says -1. Because once you're at your housing limit -1, which in this case is 2, because 3 minus 1 is 2, food becomes basically worthless. It's not completely worthless, but you get minus 50% food value. So like just, you don't care about food in a city that's near its housing limit. So kind of similarly over here, like food is just nowhere near as important as production in this city. So like you might even want to say like, oh, avoid food, but that might lead to like negative positioning and losing out on gold. So food drastically loses value. I'm feeling risky. I think I can safely squirrel this settler into the water with just a scout escort. I think I'll be fine. There's the World Congress, duplicate luxuries. So usually the AI votes either for themselves if they think they'll benefit or to just screw whoever's in the lead. But usually they kind of have this weird maths that they do where it's like, they're absolutely going to target Mercury. Like based on my information, if the AI had the exact same information that I had, they would target Mercury. So what I'm going to do, target Mercury to give no amenities. It'd be nice to get an extra trade route, so I'll just vote myself and we'll see what happens. Yeah. So Mercury got absolutely torpedoed. The AI will like dump so many resources into this. And then they'll usually vote for themselves on that front. So you can, one way that you can also do this is just check who has the most diplomatic favor and then just like vote for them to get an extra victory point. Okay, so there's horsemen. We can get a horseman for the envoy. That is worth it. Infrastructure wise, we would like to get to mass production, which ideally you want to get a lumber mill at some point. So I think going writing currency here is like a reasonable next step. Yeah, I don't like unlocking a bunch of districts this early into the game, but sometimes it's just like that's what the cards have given you in terms of options. Construction has advanced considerably. That means we've finished a watermill. We also have access to the campus and the library now. Beautiful. Defensive tactics is finished. So we're working on feudalism. I don't think we're going to be able to build 6 farms before feudalism hits, but that's fine. I don't necessarily know if it's worth our while to build temples. It could be worth it because we are in a monumentality golden age. Governor title, let's grab science from Pingala. We're getting the granary in the capital. I really want to grow this city so that we can build the government plaza. Okay, Napata, we're going to buy that tile. Oh, I have to buy the mountain too, don't I? Annoying. Can I sell anything? 91 gold for my Diplo favor. Diplo favor just doesn't really have a whole lot of value. It's basically like free AI money, I guess. Plus 4 holy site will get it up. Boom. It'll take 20 turns, but I think that's worth it. Oh, hello. Queen Victoria, pleasure to meet you. I think the hair in Civ 6 actually unironically looks better than in Civ 7. The character models are just so much better, dude. God, like, this fucking game really nailed aesthetic. The art director of Civ 6 went on to work at a different company, like shortly before the release of Civ 7. And I'm like, I want to know what game that guy produces, because he also did the art for Civ Revolution. God damn. I mean, like, just look. Even in this mode, the game is gorgeous. Civ 6 is the perfect game graphically, and I hate all of you for hating on the graphics of this game so much that the developers gave us the aesthetics of Civ 7. Because I think Civ 7 is a beautiful game in some ways. However, I think Civ 6 is just so far superior. That's my hot take. God, this game is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, Civ 7 is beautiful, but from a playability point of view, Civ 6 is just so much better. All right, we're going to settle here. We use the scout to tank. Knowledge of masonry is advanced. Faster movements in wooden rainforest. That's cool. I wouldn't mind purchasing a Patati archer to defend the city. We may have to do that. Give me some pigs. Jesus, they're dealing with barbs over there. Okay, I think things are generally looking really good in our empire. Shat should probably place its holy site now. I will finish the monument and then go into the holy site. I think that's worth it. Good stuff. There's currency. Excellent. I'll go for masonry and construction because we are going to want at least one lumber mill for mass production. Shipyards are an important part of any naval strategy. We definitely want this city to grow more. We could chop all this jungle to force growth. We could spend our time building a temple. I think chopping the jungle to force growth to get our government plaza is a not entirely terrible move. So let's faith purchase a builder in here. Yeah, he's only a 3 charger, but it's fine. Hey, listen. Where I come from, 3 charges is a lot, okay? You don't need a 5 charge builder to get the job done. You know what I'm saying, ladies? All right, let's get a granary in here. We want the city to grow. Well, also we really want the faith, but I also really like growth. Growth is so good. To me, granaries are like super value. It's a very, very high value building. Listen, all I'm saying is not everybody needs to play as China for that extra 1 build charge, okay? I can get plenty done with 3 build charges. That's what God gave me, and that's what I'll use. All right, chop here. That's going to boost our pop growth quite a bit. We definitely want to be working 2 food tiles if we can. 1 turn until growth, beautiful. Listen, all I'm saying is if God gave you less than 3 build charges, you gotta write a complaint letter. Should I harvest? There's so little food in this city that I think I will actually harvest the sheep. That'll do a little pop growth here. It's fantastic. Looking great. We'll get ourselves a little government plaza in there. We'll wait for the temple to finish. Well, actually, what we should do is make sure we lock in the government plaza, even though the government plaza is naturally half price compared to other districts. Just the government plaza gets like a half price discount from what I remember, just because there's so many like weird little gameplay mechanics in Civ 6 like that. But I think that's part of the appeal, man. Like, just it's a weird game, does weird stuff. I'll get 1 more builder pre serfdom so that we can get momentum in our capital. It's all about that momentum, baby. Divine Right has advanced considerably. We got our temple. Let's get the government plaza. We're going to chop the jungle. Pow. 1 turn on the government plaza. That's excellent. We'll go chop this jungle as well. We got the temple in Napata. 26 turns. We could harvest a sheep. 26 turns growth. That's actually really rough growth. We can start slamming down builders now because we're about to hit serfdom. Okay, in here we absolutely need to go harbor first. With the heart. Okay, we have access to the lumber mill. In terms of science, we've opened up quite a bit. We are about to start building mines, so I do think apprenticeship could be like the play. We got our government plaza. I don't think we plan on doing a bunch of settling, so I think the ancestral hall is moot. The warlord's throne isn't really going to do anything for us, and the audience chamber would be sick. It is +2 amenities and +4 housing, but it does kind of suck if you're going on a conquest spree, and our plan is to go on a crusade against Georgia. I don't even know where Georgia is, dude. But we're planning a crusade, which makes me want Warlord's Throne. This is a very snowball-y one, though. It doesn't actually help our economy until we decide to go to war. And we're not going to war till very late in the game, so I think we're going to go Audience Chamber. All right, let's grab Magnus. And I'm going to place Magnus in Kerma, because hopefully in a couple of turns I'll be able to chop out a little bit of stuff in here. Chop that rainforest, because we just need to get Moreau's population up. So I'm basically just chopping for food in here. So we got it up to 6 population using chops. 6 pop chops. Feels good, man. Yaks chillin'. Any open borders? Yes. How do you feel about selling me open borders? Sounds good. Send a delegation. Excellent. So we'll be able to sneak on through your territory. No problem. There's London. We found everyone except for 2. Whoever's leading the science victory. It's usually like Korea or something in the fog of war. Just like dumpstering the player. Let's go get this turtle online because it is an amenity. Double check what's purchasable. No, we don't need to buy turtles. We're going to be selling turtles, baby. I am the turtle merchant, okay? I will be the one selling the turtles. It's just every time oh, those are caravels. Londonese caravels. That's a worrying sign. So we're gonna talk to you and say, yo, how do you feel about open borders? Also, what do you think about turtles? Okay, the AI, if you're trading with the AI, they're way less likely to go to war with you. So if I sell her turtles and then just buy my own turtles from somewhere else, she's like, oh, but if I declare war on him, I'll lose these amenities. At least I think. I don't know. Maybe that just makes me feel better about it. But if she actually declares war with me with these caravels, it's game over for me. Like super game over. Because all of my cities are coastal and I have no defense against caravels. And I am a very long time away from getting my own caravels. So basically, I'm at the mercy of the AI here as to whether or not I'm even going to get to continue to play the game. All right, we're dropping colonization. We're no longer building settlers. We're putting in serfdom. We're dropping diplomatic league. We're plugging in charismatic leader. We've reformatted civilizational hard drive with serfdom, which is pogs. We'll grab military tradition. May as well get flanking and support bonuses while we have a little think about what the hell we're going to do about the English problem. Me, when I'm a European power, anywhere from the year 880 to 2000 AD. So El Carew, I think we do lean into our faith here. We have a lot of big value faith potential. We can explore with you now. The city doesn't need a guard. We have a potato archer in range. So there's military tradition. That's excellent. Coming up next. So how do we transition from this sort of like weird faith production opening into a victory condition? Monarchy is more like if we're going for culture. Theocracy is if we're going to lean into faith-based unit purchasing. Like that's really good for faith-based unit purchasing. I was thinking of kind of ignoring the bottom half of the tech tree and just mostly going with air units. But actually it turns out most of my enemies don't have coastal buildings. So an air rush would still be good. It just might not be as good as I was expecting it to be. So that's going to shape our government policy. What's our tier 2 government, right? So we could either go monarchy, which is great for city-states. We could go theocracy, which is great for religious purchasing. We do have a lot of faith. Or we could go merchant republic, which is great for building districts and gold. And our civ is really good at building districts. We are hurting for gold, mostly because of our trade deals. We can fix that by just selling some Diplo favor. I think, I'm just going to pick up military training for the envoy so we can kind of think about things for a while. Buy myself some brain time, as I like to call it. Magnus is almost established here. We do have serfdom, so we can kind of safely start builder purchasing. So we got these nice girthy 5-charge builders out now. That's a feels good man moment. Yep. Boom. Oh, free builder? That's kind of actually not that good because we have so many of them. Georgia sent me a delegation. I, of course, accepted. I can purchase an apostle. We're trying not to purchase apostles because we're building the Mahabodhi temple. The audience chamber has been completed, so we do get the extra amenities and housing from those dudes. We need to get the 7 pop in here if we can. So I'm going to buy myself a builder and try to chop the pop to get the 7 pop. And then what am I going to do to try to... I guess we go for the... I think we just go for the Diplo square, right? The Diplo quarter in here. I think that's the play. Let's build that horseman. We do have a quest for a horseman from a city-state. Horseman quest, mathematics, and campus. We could maybe pull off campus. We have an envoy. I don't think we need to send it. I would love to make friends with Yerevan, but I would like to do that efficiently. Yerevan and Samarkand would be great, just mainly for the faith and gold, which are kind of important for the build that I'm doing, because I'm going holy sites and harbors. The Yerevan unique bonus is okay. The Samarkand unique bonus is okay. Neither of these are worth like going out of my way to secure. Surplus logistics is good long term. I don't know if it's what we want to pick up just yet. I think grabbing Liang here for the +1 build charge, mainly just for the extra amenities and housing in like a place like Nuri, could really pop this city off. Although I do need to think about, I think Nuri is the place to put that, because +2 amenities in Nuri would actually go a long way to bumping up our total amenities in here. Magnus is about to be established. We'll be able to rip through that harbor. We're just going to chill. Irrigation has been boosted from building a farm. That's excellent. Now, I have a bit of a conundrum here, because if I harvest the sheep, I'll be able to plant the harbor, which would let me solve the city's food problems. So I think I am going to harvest the sheep, even though it makes the city's food problems technically worse. The fact that I can then build the harbor fixes the food problems in the long term. So that's fine. Sadanga needs production real bad, so I'll focus on that. You could definitely use a second builder. You got a lot of stuff to improve. There's plenty of room to improve, baby. We actually really do want plantation tech if we're going to be getting these oranges. Aren't you glad I'm not a banana? Oh, God. Wait, is that actually... Oh, no, I hope that's not an Nesion reference. Ugh. I know it's a stupid joke, but it's just one of those stupid internet memes that has, like, lived in my brain since 2008. 2008 build. Okay, what do we got? Plantation, clearing of marsh, hanging gardens. Love it. Okay, build me plantation. Excellent. All right, mathematics. We're going to get a Diplo quarter. Then we're coming in for... I may go Reformed Church if we're going for some late game military stuff. Recorded history. Ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to switch charismatic leader out with Diplo League. Boom. And then I want to hit Yerevan and Samarkand together. Pow, +2 envoys in both. That's going to help our +1 faith in the capital and every shrine, and +2 gold in every market, lighthouse, and in the capital. So that's really going to help out our total sort of currency economy. So let's chop the woods. That's going to immediately do the harbor. Then we'll chop through the harbor. Mathematics boosted. Love it. That was actually a city-state quest, believe it or not. Then we're going to grab the lighthouse, because that's +1 food on all coast tiles. It's a big deal. Let's make sure we get all the mines up here. That's apprenticeship boosted. That's going to get us even more production on our mines. Moreau. I am tempted to chop... Well, we do need a lumber mill. Let's get a lumber mill for mass production. Coming into the city of Shiat. I could really use a mine because the city just doesn't have that much in the way of production. So getting a single production tile in here is actually huge. Whereas Nuri doesn't have that much in the way of production either. So maybe I'd be better off just swapping that sheep tile over. All right, 40 gold, love it. You're on your way, baby. All right, we want to get these nice food tiles online, get that iron online. Iron can be sold to the AI. No luxuries to purchase, that's great. We may hit a dark age. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So we chop this. That's got to be the trade route that we want. And we want that trade route to be going from Kermit to Moreau. So we'll get that trader up as well. And then we'll hit the granary up. The city has really bad production, but really good potential in the long term. I'm also going to put this mine right here. We may switch tiles. May do some tile switching. It's probably worth it to put Magnus into Moreau. And then Pingala into Nuri. And then Liang into Pata, just population-wise, because Napata has a lot of pops, which means amenities will affect more total yields. Then this is all probably going to get chopped in Nuri. These are not hills. This is a hill. This hill is definitely getting chopped, but just not right now. I will improve this pasture for now. Like, builder charges for us are cheap. They come and go easy. That's what your mom says about me too. Definitely want to improve as many tiles as we can. I've almost got my galleys home. Fortify that slinger right there. I'm feeling really good about this game. Things are cozy right now. Things are real cozy. We just got our Mahabodhi Temple, +2 diplomatic victory points, +2 apostles. We could evangelize those apostles immediately, or we could save them for era score in the next age. I'm kind of more tempted to save them because, like, it depends. Has anyone else evangelized? Nobody else has. Okay, one person has evangelized and they went for stuff I don't care about. So if we really want to secure good buildings, we could evangelize right now. Or we could go into a dark age and get a potential, well, Renaissance. What are we in right now? Industrial heroic age kind of sucks, honestly, if I'm thinking about it. So I think we just evangelize now. I genuinely think it's just better. And then, so there's a few really nice options. The Gurdwara is great because of +2 food helps pay for the fact that you have a thingy. The Stupa is also really good, but since we have low food, I'd be more inclined to go Gurdwara. Pagodas are like insane value. So in my mind, it's between these three, the Stupa, the Gurdwara, or the Pagoda. And I think just the fact that we have so little food in our empire and we're struggling to grow, I think the Gurdwara is going to really help us out. And then in terms of beliefs, extra gold for cities following your religion is really good. If we want to try to dominate on the science front without building much in the way of science, I do think cross-cultural dialogue is really strong. Tithe is just super good, generally speaking. Cross-cultural dialogue works well. Gold is just so strong, but passive science can make quite a difference. Like, that's worth 8 science right there. That's like 4 libraries worth of science, and it's only going to get better as we like continue to spread our religion not only to ourselves but to other players. So I think that's really worth it. We can also turn our faith into Gurdwaras if we want. I think I will hard build this Gurdwara because +2 food in the capital would actually really help out this city's growth. We got the Mahabodhi temple in Nuri, which is perfect in terms of our plans. We will quickly grab the granary to get the city a little bit of growth headroom. We got the horseman. We mainly got this horseman for a quest. Let's make sure we get these turtles online. And I want to send a trade route to Moreau. It's 3 food, 2 production. That'll help Kerma grow really rapidly. And population is a very useful resource in this game. There's 2 choppables here, so we want to hold off for Magnus to be in position. There's a choppable there. That's fine. Hello. I almost wish the scouting button from Civ 7. God, it would be so good in Civ 6. Retroactively, please patch the game. Bring it to Civ 6, please. Come on, man. We got the granary in Nuri. It would be nice to get the Gurdwara in here as well. We haven't actually built our harbour. We have our holy site. We could build a campus. I mean, if we're going to be going for some sort of land war, getting a encampment down early into the game to run encampment projects would actually be really useful so that we could secure a medieval and Renaissance. This is medieval and Renaissance. If we could secure a industrial or modern era great general for artillery, that'd be sick. But would I rather just like super hardcore pump my eco by just going straight for the harbor and forgetting about that? I do like the idea of getting a encampment here, but I think I'm gonna chop. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna chop this tile, even without Magnus. Kerma got its granary. This is weirdly another... Wait, is this a mausoleum game? Nobody built mausoleum. I mean, this is a disgustingly good mausoleum city. I can't believe I forgot this wonder exists. Hell yeah. Get me the mausoleum. Can I get a production tile? Give me that. Give me that. And that's now down to 45 turns. I do have a plan. I have a plan. I'm going to switch. I'll switch Magnus over here again and we'll chop this forest. That'll take a lot of turns off it. I don't know if I'm going to build that aqueduct, so I'll just delete that pin for now. We definitely could sell some stuff. I'm loving my economy. Yeah, I'm like way behind the AI, but in terms of my economy, I'm feeling really good. Like the fact that I just cracked out a bunch of builders. My campus district adjacency. We would love to build a Diplo quarter. That's going to require some Magnus food. We'll do a little... Don't you worry about that. We got a plan. We're going to pick up apprenticeship now for the +1 production from mines. We have built a bunch of mines throughout our empire to prepare for this. We are also heading towards Reformed Church. Retainers is a great policy too, so I'll grab civil service. A +1 amenities for in cities with garrison units. It's really useful. We got our shrine in El Kuru. I do think it's better to get the harbour, however, for the long-term growth and prosperity of this city. We don't need the Gurdwara. The Gurdwara kind of comes in later. It would be nice to get Victor. I'm going to put Victor in Tombos because it's my most vulnerable city. Plus the +2 amenities from the +2 amenities and housing in here will actually go a long way to helping the city, you know, get value out of the high food production tiles that it has around it. All right, sick. So we are going to drill down this rainforest and this so we can place an encampment there. Volcano erupted. Did it damage this? I don't think it did. Oh, look at that. 8 faith, 8 production. That's so damn good, dude. Holy site completed in here. We're definitely going to want our granary to grow. Let's make sure we're working food and production. So we definitely want to work this and this because we need the city to grow. Production is less important for us because we just need lots of population. I mean, because we get most of our production from the holy sites, we just don't need to worry about that right now. So we're going to break this and break this in preparation for pumping the capital. We'll break this as well. We've got grand plans. Let's harvest this resource. There's 8 pop in Nuri. More importantly, we can now place this encampment down on a tile. The reason we want lots of population in Nuri is because that's where Pengala is. Let's talk to Cusco. I'm going to get open borders with him. Knowing what the border situation is, or like what the land situation is in other players' empires early into the game is actually really useful. I'm also going to send a horse over to the Mayan Empire so that we can explore them. He wants to do a joint war in Lady Six Guy. I don't want to be at war with anyone right now, especially not anyone I have trade deals with. There's +1 production from workshops. We've got cartography boosted. Love it. Our empire's productivity is like off the charts now. We definitely want to get the shipyards. Those are going to be important. But is there anything important on the way to shipyards? I don't think there is. So I think we just go straight shipyards because that's the next major upgrade for my empire. Harbor completed in Napata. Let's get that lighthouse. That was the promise. The promise was that the lighthouse would save the city from food problems. Tombos doesn't have a very good holy site, so we will open. I suppose I could buy here and get a mediocre +1 holy site. If I'd settled the city down one tile, I would have actually got a disgustingly good +4, which I severely regret. It's fine. We're just going to go for the regular harbor. Now that Magnus is established in the capital, I'm going to harvest this sheep. I forgot to swap the tile. Feck. What a waste. This is where the undo button. This is just why I want the undo button. Just for like little things like that, right? We'll harvest this rainforest. That was so much food we just missed out on. We're going to make the diplomatic quarter. It's going to go right there. We're going to chop to finish it in a single turn. Then we want our consulate, which we will also chop. Try to finish sooner. So sad that I messed that up. We have a lot of temples, so I think we get a lot of value from putting another envoy into Yerevan. We're up to 102 faith per turn, which is a very, very strong faith economy. There's not a whole lot we can do on this flat land over here, so I think I will just buy a builder to build a bunch of farms here. You guys are chilling, waiting for a potential Magnus maneuver. Yeah, I think we're, and you know what I think at this point, right? Look, if you take a look at our stats, like, yeah, our stats are low, but if you think of our stats in terms of acceleration, we're definitely catching up to the AI. And we're like building up to a crescendo of power. Like we have crazy good sim right now. We have really good production. We're hammering out infrastructure really fast. We have a foothold on this continent for the potential domination pivot that we may want to do. So I'm feeling pretty damn good about our situation here. We're getting our trade routes online. Like we've got one harbor completing soon. We've got another harbor completing soon. We're getting all our chops done. We got our Mahabodhi temple. We're even working on the mausoleum against all potential advisement. But yeah, I think I'm going to call that the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!